One person can make a difference and everyone should try it. We have such an unique personality with an exemplary person with illustrious career, legal expertise and unwavering commitment to the justice, which make him a beacon of inspiration for all of us in the legal fraternity. He is a person with a wealth of experience, knowledge and invaluable insights that enrich our gathering today. His dedication to upholding the principles of law, fairness and ethical conduct is a guiding light for aspiring legal professionals and seasoned advocates. We are eagerly anticipated to hear from our chief guest, Senior Counsel Advocate Mr. Isaac Moganlal, our distinct chief guest of the day. I offer a heartfelt welcome to our advocate, sir, for the chief guest address. Please, sir.
President of today's event, Sister Ruby, other dignitaries on the dais, Sister Superior Rosamma, then the previous principal of St. Xavier's College of Education, Dr. Thomas Alexander, then the secretary of the college, Sister Gemma, principal of the college, Dr. Vasanthi Madonna, and other dignitaries on the dais, distinguished guests of the dais, advocates Mr. Bahadur Shah, advocate Mr. Jnana Shekhar, and advocate Mr. Rajkumar from the High Court, the principal of St. Xavier's College, Dr. Anthony Raj, and the famous writer Mr. Nathan, other distinguished guests, learned faculty members, beloved students, parents, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to all of you. I wonder why Father Thomas Alexander received much more applause than all the recipients of the awards. I just inquired with him and he said that he is a psychologist. Therefore, he knows the psychology of the students, and thereby he drew the attention of the students much more than all the people who received the awards. Practically and virtually, I stand terrified between two sects of people here. One sect is the group of people occupying the dais who happened to engage me in a few cases, but did not have the opportunity of listening to those arguments. Probably they wanted to test whether their lawyer is capable of speaking a few sentences, at least here. The other sect is the brilliant people who are occupying the stage of the audience, half of them clad with the costumes for the cultural events, and the rest of them very eager to witness those cultural events. I am practically sandwiched in between the two. After listening to the three speeches delivered, one by your principal, Sister Madonna, the other by the previous acting principal, Madam Saroja, and the third one by the previous principal of St. Xavier's College, Father Thomas Alexander. All the three you would have listened. They used the English language in the most excellent way. The pronunciation, the accent, and it is a matter of great marvel that a college which is located in this southern part of this state has been blessed with such kinds of people with the maximum caliber and fluency and eloquence in the English language. And it is no wonder why the students of this college excel well outside. I witnessed that presentation of that annual report, which was really very long and very great. I was just imagining, had my mother got an opportunity to witness that, she would have definitely begotten me as a female. and I would have got a chance to study here and become a teacher. But after listening to the citation statements read out by Sister Madonna, conferring me with a very strong award, Justice Vanguard, after listening to those high-sounding expressions, I'm happy that it is good that I became a lawyer. You know the meaning of the word vanguard? Vanguard is the first vehicle that is piloting the platoon or the battalion of armies to the war field. It is the van that goes first, carrying the flag. And it is the van and the occupants of the van which is put to the maximum risk, because they will be always in the forefront of any warfare. And I do not know what was the intention behind awarding me with such an award as a vanguard, whether to put me in the great risk or really appreciating me with that award. I spent a few minutes before I came here in the chamber of your principal, Sister Madonna, and I wanted to have a look at the invitation, which she sent actually as a soft copy in the WhatsApp, which did not open. I could not open it. Therefore, I just wanted to see the invitation card, and I just inquired with her what is exactly the meaning of the word or the phrase, green champions beyond borders. But it was so catchy because again it is happening in a women's college. She told me this is about nature, it is about environment, it is about women's participation in the process of environmental development or resuscitation. And over one long year, you did marvelous work towards the study of environment, towards the rejuvenation of environment. And I am told that you made a remarkable thing, that throwing seeds of or balls of seeds, right, in places wherever you visited. And I am really happy and desirous to live for another 20 or 25 years to see this entire area, Palayam Kottai, will be a place full of forests and greenery. When I entered this campus, you know that I have been traveling almost for 150 kilometers from Madurai, and the sister had arranged the program in such a time, I had to push off from Madurai in the mid of day, under the scorching sun and the dazzling light. We experienced very great heat throughout our travel. But the moment I entered your campus, the thermometer reading fell down by at least 2 or 3 degrees. One, it is because of the lush green trees that are giving shadows for the entire campus. Second is probably the sisters who were standing there with full of smiles spread over their faces. I always believe that women and nature have a great connectivity right from the day when God created this earth. We all believe biblically that God created the earth, the entirety of nature, by spending almost 6 full days. And the last of all creation is, women. And the moment he created women, he went to rest and flew off. Not fearing women, probably he thought that now my job is over, the rest will be taken care of by the women here. It is common knowledge that God's great qualities, love, grace, compassion, are normally the gifts which the women are endowed with. They actually carry the characters of God. Therefore, God's physical presence may not be needed on earth. We call nature always with reference to women, right? We call the earth as Mother Earth, the nation as Mother Nation, the place as the motherland, We never call them as a father earth or fatherland or father nation. We always attribute this to women. So also the resources of nature, take for example, forests, flowers, and the fauna, flora. You know what's the meaning of flora and fauna? They're all Roman goddesses of the wealth of nature. Both trees as well as flowers and the water, fauna. They are always referred with reference to women. When women are here on this earth, nature itself feels that it is safe. It is safe. And man's claim that he is a superior species is completely wrong for at least two reasons. One, what is the superior power he has got? The only power is his muscular power, which is the animal power. At the same time, endowed with the great quality of reproduction, creation. That is the attribute of God. That is the unquestionable power or the monopoly of God which women are endowed with. Why nature is again referred to with women? Because nature keeps on reproducing. Just like mothers who keep on reproducing. Of course, subject to the family planning aspect which is now in vogue. You beat the mother, the sons beat the mother, scold the mother, abuse them, deny them the basic privileges, still mothers used to love the children. Their love stands unabated, whatever be the attack, even by the offsprings, the children. So also, if you see nature, it will keep on reproducing, keep on augmenting its resources and supporting the humanity, though human beings are hell-bent on destroying the forests, demolishing the nature, and completely eliminating the water resources from the earth. Nevertheless, nature is so bountiful, so beautiful, so gracious to keep on blessing the humanity with all its resources. That is the reason why nature is always kept in comparison with women, the mother. I confess to you that until I entered this campus, I did not know what was the topic upon which I have to address. But I tell you, as Sister Madonna read out as one or two sentences in the citation, I have some innate inclination towards nature. If you happen to visit my place, I have all kinds of plants and pets in my campus. Starting from the small mouse, cat, dog, goats, sheep, then cows, dogs, and I have even a stable of horses. There are 6 horses in my stable. So also I have varieties and varieties of plants around me. And as she said, the morning, first duty in the morning is just to walk around and have a look at the new sproutings, new flowers blooming, and the animals just, especially the ducks and the hens, taking a parade before me. I used to sit with a cup of coffee, sitting on the backyard of my house, witnessing all these things. I feel that half an hour or 1 hour which I spend in the garden in the morning is the most precious hour in all the 24 hours of the day. And that innate feeling just drives me to spend 1 or 2 minutes with you. If you read the Victorian poet's lines, a few lines, you might have heard about John Keats. He says that a bird, the bird nightingale, when it sings, how his heart feels. He says that little bird, the small bird, sitting at the treetop and singing the summer song in full-throated ease. He says like this, "Thou, light-winged dryad of the trees." Dryad, Dryad is a female spirit sitting on the tree. He actually characterizes this female spirit with the nightingale. He says, "Thou light-winged dryad of the trees, of Bishan green and shadows numberless, singest of summer in full-throated ease." That is how he enjoys nature. Not only the singing of the bird, but the Bishan green of the trees. And later, after a few passages in that Ode to Nightingale, he says about the forest, "Fade away into the forest dim, Because normally we understand the forests are dull and dim, but with the full of life. Fade away into the forest dim, fade far away, and dissolve and quite forget yourself. He's talking about the bird. Fade far away, dissolve and quite forget yourself, that thou among the trees may not know the harsh life what the humanity is leading here. The weariness, the fever and the fret, where men sit and hear each other groan, where palsy shakes a few sad, last grey hairs, and even to think is of leaden-eyed despair. Don't come here. Go and sit in among the forests, among the leaves, where you will not witness all these dirty things that are happening on earth. It is a strange phenomenon. Why? Because God, after the creation, put man on dominion over the entire creation. Entire creation is rich and enormous. Man is always lacking and suffering. It's all self-made. Therefore, I'm quite happy that you are taking care of this environment as students and moreover prospective teachers. That's very important. I always believe if at all transformation could take place in the society, it would be possible only at two instances. One is at the instance of the teachers. The second is at the instance of the lawyers. And lawyers and teachers joining together, we can really do wonders. You might have heard about the famous mystic Kabir. Kabir said, wherever he used to go, he used to praise God and the teacher in equal eloquence. At one point of time, in one audience like this, one mischievous audience rose up and asked him, Mr. Kabir, you have been praising both equally. Suppose both appear before you simultaneously. To whom you would show your first respect? Kabir, without any second thought, he said, my first respect will go to the teacher. Because it is the teacher who showed me God. Therefore, enlightenment and this removal of the darkness of ignorance is possible only through teachers. And you fight in classrooms, you produce the warriors, we fight in the courtrooms, and we produce or establish justice. This is the difference. Please remember, man does not live by bread alone. We don't come here to study in order to make out a living. Man's life is not confined to bread and butter. Man's life is far above that, far above that. When you walk into the forest, suppose you come across two divergent ways, which one you will prefer? The famous statement by Robert Frost, I met with the two roads in the woods. I took the one less traveled by because it made all the difference. Therefore, as teachers, as crusaders of the society, please take care. You must always take the road which is less traveled by, which will be more adventurous, more exhilarating, and more fetching more happiness. That is very important. And last, I would conclude, God at times, we feel that he gets disappointed with man. Why Christ said that he would come soon, but almost 2023 years have gone. He did not come. He did not send anybody. He did not send even a telegram that he would be coming. Why? Do we feel that God is disappointed? It is not. Every child, every baby, when it is born on this earth, it brings the telegraphic message from God, man, I am not yet disappointed with you. Therefore, don't feel with all this misdemeanor, God is disappointed with us. God is not at all disappointed with us. Beware that you lead a good life. Don't confine yourself to breadwinning. Create leadership in you and create leadership in others. I would conclude with one anecdote. Most of you would have occasion to read the famous books of Robin Sharma. Why I quote Robin Sharma is because he is the combination of a lawyer and a teacher. He was a lawyer and who later became a teacher. He wrote several books, very, very books, and especially the famous book, the first book, The Monk Who Sold the Ferrari. But I am fascinated with one of his smallest of all books, Who Will Cry When You Die? Very scintillating reading. And he concludes that book with an anecdote which happened in his own life. It was his birthday as a small kid. He expected the father to bring lots of sweets and bags of cakes. But he did not do so. He just called him, Sharma, please come. I don't wish to give you any prizes today or presentations, but I have a piece of advice. The advice is, when you were born, you cried, the world rejoiced. Take care to lead such a life as when you die, the world will cry and you rejoice. And I think this would be the best of all advices that can be given to anyone. And I congratulate you again. This 67-year-long journey is not an ordinary thing. It is not a sheer joke. It is the product of the visionaries of those days. And you have crossed this stage. The books you have released today, the report you have produced today, all these make a marvel. And I am sure that the students who are passing out of this college would be the most eminent teachers and would be the future awardees of presidential awards and other things. And I congratulate the institution. I congratulate the reverend sisters. I congratulate the faculty. I congratulate the students and of course the parents too. You are all really blessed to have an opportunity to be in this campus, which we all missed. And again, I say thank you to each and every one of you. Have a wonderful cultural event and enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights and enriching ourselves with your valuable perspectives and insights on environment sustainability and global collaboration in nurturing our environment. Thank you, sir.